We back. Let's vibe. Yeah. Let's vibe. Let's vibe. Come on. It's just the inevitable, yeah. It's just the inevitable, yeah. Huh? Yo! Welcome back to the Jahmad Show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another great episode. And as always, y'all know the deal, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Before we dive all the way in, which I thought I was lying. One of these days, y'all gonna look at me and say, Rakif was telling the truth. We believe him now. No, thank y'all, man. Thank you for, like I said, anyone who's watching the actual live show, salute to you. Anybody that's new here, welcome. Welcome to the Jahmad Show, where we keep it real. We talk about real topics, but ultimately it's about sharing knowledge, growth, wealth, health, and understanding on getting to wherever it is you're trying to get to, whether it be in life, in dating, and everything all in between. And, like, comment, sharing, and subscribing to the channel will obviously help push this message and get it to more people. Right. So if you like today's message, at the end of it, if you watch the whole broadcast and you're like, man, this really touched me, do me a favor. At least give me a like and a share. Share it with somebody you feel needs to hear this message, because that really goes a long way, as well as subscribe to the channel. Right? So you'll be updated and you'll be able to see all the things that are to come, and we are going to elevate and grow together. You see how my hand got out of frame? We're gonna grow together. Nah, shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you. And if you are a social media person, you can always give me a follow on Instagram as well. What this does is help you be up to date about the behind the scenes things, or things that I may not obviously show within on the YouTube channel. You know, behind the scenes, I get a little bit more personal and see things of that nature. So I keep it a little raw, but I also show the clips. Show the clips there. Much easier to share some of this content that I do share that is not on the YouTube channel. With that being said, how y'all doing today, man? Beautiful Sunday, right? Can't complain. Cannot complain. I mean, I guess you could, and that's part of what we're gonna be talking about today. So let's dive right into it. Today's topic: win or lose. I was going back and forth, right? So this daily, trying to get this out the frame enough. This daily podcast that I do, this daily show that I've been doing live, sometimes it's like spare the moment. I used to do this when I recorded my shows as well. Sometimes it's last minute. I'll come up with an idea that I think is pretty cool, and then when it comes time to record, I change my mind because that's not how I'm feeling. I always want this message to come across very, very organic, because I want it to touch whoever's listening. I want it to resonate with whoever is out there. So I was contemplating. I had a couple ideas and just personal things that I want to touch on. And then last minute, as I was actually making the thumbnail, it just hit me. It said win or lose. So today we're going to talking about winning or losing, and that's just in life in general. But ultimately between yourself. Now keep in mind, all these messages that I give is coming from here. It's coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of experience. It's coming from a place where I need to accept my own advice. It's coming from a place of transparency. And I feel like with that, people can resonate with it more. Like, if I'm gonna be honest with you and just give it to you raw, you're more likely, pause. You are more likely to accept it, understanding that it came from a place of realism. I ain't trying to sugarcoat shit. I ain't trying to bullshit you. The truth. So if we live in that space, then ultimately I think we can grow in that space or grow from that space, however you want to look at it. But what does that even mean? Winning or losing? I think that's obvious, right? But what I'm specifically talking about is decisions that we make in life. And I spoke about complaints earlier, right? A lot of people will complain about their situation. And it's hard not to when life throws you fucking curveballs. It gives you lemons. You better make lemonade. It's just what it is. But when you look at it at the core, you are in more control of your life than you give yourself credit for. Or maybe not even give yourself credit for. Maybe you know how much control you actually have, but you refuse to continue. You refuse to make the better decision. Because what happens is you've made so many other decisions in life that have stacked up against you that it now almost seems like somewhat of a burden to get out of that. And that's what I mean, win or lose, like being honest with yourself. I had an epiphany moment with this show, and I said it in the show yesterday, but I'm gonna reiterate it, right? You never can say things too many times. Life is a continuous thing, and you can tweak it a little bit. Hopefully the message get across a little easier. But even with the show, I'm like, yo, I'm getting in my own way if I'm not being consistent. I'm getting in my way of the success that I can create. Each video I create, whether it get 1 view, 2 views, 10,000 views, that's an additional view that I wouldn't have if I didn't create the content. If I didn't put in the work, if I didn't move forward and say, I'm going to do this. I'm cheating me, I'm cheating you, I'm cheating everybody. Ultimately, I'm cheating me. Oh, you say you want to get here, but you're not putting in the work to get there. That don't make sense. Like you say you want this, but you're not doing this. How you gonna get to a level in life ever without doing the work? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm gonna tell you why. Most people allow the distractions of life to force them to give themselves excuses, or they add vices. I'm gonna give you a scenario, a rundown real quick. Most people in life, this is something that they do, including me. Most people in life, if you have a 9 to 5, let's say you have a 9 to 5, which is most people, right? Some variation of a 9 to 5. It may not be exactly 9 to 5, but you get my point. You go to work Monday through Friday, for the sake of the example. Let's say you work 9 to 5. Let's say you don't even have kids. If you have kids, obviously that's another obligation. But let's say you don't have kids. So you go to work, you get up. Let's say you get up at 7:45. You live 15 minutes from your job. You get ready, you grab your food, whatever, boom. You at work from 9 to 5. You get off work, you come home, you do your wind down routine, whatever the hell that is, and you sit on the couch and you watch Netflix, you watch your favorite show, and then you go to bed at 10, 11 o'clock, and then you do it all over again. But you're not happy. You're not happy at the space that you're in. You're not happy at the job that you're at, but you continue to do the same thing. What you really care for is, let's say, let's use a woman for example. What you really care for is doing hair or doing nails or having a baking business or whatever. Maybe you got a lash business. I don't know. And you're really good at it. Like, that's something that you actually like, you have a passion for. You might do it here and there on the side, but it's not enough to maintain your lifestyle because you got bills to pay. Now, with that being said, this same person who might work here and there on a Saturday when she got free time, Saturday and Sunday, make a little extra money, but during the week, I got my 9 to 5. But you complain about the 9 to 5. Wouldn't it be easier, instead of you coming home at 5 o'clock and just winding down until you gotta go to work the next day, to book clients after 5 o'clock? From a financial standpoint, maybe not easy from a work standpoint, but like, wouldn't that push you closer and closer to your goal versus settling for just being content but not really happy? Like if you were to tell everybody, like, hey, look, I'm available all day, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm available every day after 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday. What would happen if you actually got booked up? I guess my point is, what would happen if you actually indulged completely into your dream, even with having a 9 to 5? Well, Rakif, I ain't gonna be able to watch my favorite shows. Exactly. I ain't gonna be able to scroll on Instagram for 2 hours while sitting on the toilet. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Right. You got it. 100%. What I've learned through my own personal journey and what I've learned from other people, every successful person says it, and I don't think it really hit me until recently. And I've been really practicing this, but you have to be in a headspace where you actually feel this way. And that is the deciding factor, honestly. And I can sit here and preach to you all day, but the deciding factor is you have to be in a place in your life where it is utterly disgusting or repulsive to even want to be in a situation that is not conducive to your time. Like it should piss you off if somebody's wasting your time. And it should piss you off when you realize that you're wasting your time. That you have to get into that space. Otherwise, nothing I'm saying is ever going to make sense. You can see this, scroll right past it, and you scrolling already, so you already in the mix. And rightfully so. I mean, that's how this game works. But hopefully something resonates. You say, oh, I've been sitting here scrolling for the last 2.5 hours. But yet and still, I'm complaining about the government and how they not money and this, all this bullshit. And I'm not trying to make this no political thing. What I'm saying is, it's easier to push your excuses and your downfalls and the reason why you're not doing shit on somebody else than to accept accountability of you not maximizing your fucking time. And I'm speaking to me. Hopefully this resonates to you as well. But it's the truth. How many people will sit there and say, yeah, when I get off work, I gotta hit my blunt. I got to do this. I got to do that. But you ain't actually doing anything related to the dream or the goals or whatever it is that you're actually good at, because you ain't trying. You want to be successful, but you don't want to be successful bad enough because you know you're going to have to give up something. You're going to have to sacrifice something. You have to sacrifice them stupid ass shows that you sit there and watch Monday through Friday, all weekend. You got to sacrifice going out to the club every weekend with your homegirls, going out to dinner, spending money. That ain't what successful people do. Every now and then, yeah, they live in their life. They might go grab a bite to eat. But primarily, even when they're doing that, primarily, they in some form of fashion, it's work involved. Like if they go out to eat, that's usually a business dinner. Man, I love football. I'm a football fanatic, and I love the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you don't know, I'm from Duval County. Shout out to Duval County. All right? I love football. I saw a clip recently. Diami Brown, new wide receiver from the Washington Commanders, came over to Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter, maybe a few other people. They all in the Bahamas right now. It's the off season, and they in between mini camp and training camp. They in the Bahamas. Yeah, they chilling. But they working first. They out there in the Bahamas working. It's like, let's have our play, but make sure we put this work in as well. Like they ain't just out there completely relaxing, tequila sunrises and mojito. Nah, they out there working. We're gonna go to a really nice location, but make sure don't let it slip. We still working. It's full time. It's all the time. It's all we think about. And you wonder why these dudes are making multi-millions of dollars. This is what they do. This is who they are. They've understood that my life is the work that I put in. And that's something that I had to personally understand for myself. My life is the work I put in. It ain't just sound cool when you do it, when you want to do it and it's cool and I can get, man, look. Bump all that. You either are this or you ain't. Let's take Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, anybody that's great. You hear him talk about it. The work is the dream. I've said this before, but it resonated to like when he got up in the morning, all he was thinking was basketball. Yeah, he got a family, yeah, he got it, but he had to be super selfish. LeBron James said this: to get to a certain level of success, it takes a level of selfishness, because you have to be that. You have to put that work in, especially in a competitive sport. And to a certain degree, even though I say I don't really compete with other men, life has a competitive nature attached to it. If you're not doing it, somebody else doing it. If you ain't working, somebody else working. Right now, while somebody chilling and I'm working, I'm doing this. And then you look at my subscribers, and my subscribers keep going up, and they wonder how he did it, because I was working. That's it. I made a decision to say, look, and I'm telling myself this. I was going out all the time. Going out, every weekend, going out. On Sundays, I'm like, it's my off day. I'm finna actually put the work in for the week. I'm about to go out. Not realizing that that's extra time that I could be working. Like, maximizing everything that I do to continue to achieve what the hell I said I want to achieve, bro. All I'm trying to do is, you know, I use this podcast as a level to vent, but I also feel like so many people are going through the same things. It ain't just me. We all doing something, trying to get somewhere. And there's some people there are people that have gotten to a certain level of success and will say, yeah, he has it. He understands it. And they're already successful. But what they understand is that don't stop. It continues, it grows, it becomes more. You scale and whatever, but the success, the grind, that mindset, it continues. Do you get to a certain level of like massive wealth and all that? Hopefully you do. Hopefully you can. Hopefully, if that's your goal. I don't know, you know. But if you get to that level, absolutely congratulations. The work still don't stop. You look at these multi-billionaires, they're constantly busy, but they enjoy what they do. It's not like that's them. They have literally turned this switch on in their mind, or already have had the switch on in their mind, where they understood that, look, life is about what you can do. Life is so fulfilling if you are being fulfilled with the work that you do. That's why people always say, it ain't work if you enjoy what you do. It's so many different sayings and psychological outlooks and all this, but that's why so many people are miserable. And to be fair, I will say that we have been lied to, right? This whole, like I said, I don't want to get too political, nothing like that, but we've all been told that we should be workers. And to be completely honest, yeah, an economy like America wouldn't be sustainable without middle class. Like, it's just, you need workers, you do, which is why we have learned or been pushed into the narrative that we have been pushed into a program to be workers. So when the blinders get taken off your eyes and you see that this is not necessarily what it's caked up to be, and all these other people out here who might have not even went to college, learned business, and have grown these multi-million, billion-dollar companies, while I'm sitting over here working for them, and I done went to school and all this, that was what they was pushing. They knew something we didn't know. So now that we're in the information age, now that you have the knowledge, now that you have the understanding, you can go out here and change it. But don't beat yourself up. Don't get in the way of your own success because you want to sit down and watch Love Island. I don't even know what the hell. I know people. I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. You see what I'm saying? Man, look, I have better fish to fry. I got better shit to do, man. That shit ain't making you no damn money. Unless you a content creator of some sorts. You just sitting at home on your ass, flipping through channels, scrolling through your phone. Trust me, I've done it. I've preached this before, backslid. I understand how that junk can be a trap. It's designed that way. But hopefully we can use this as a tool when you come across a podcast like this that'll say, hey, snap the fuck out of it. Man, I watched one of my shows. So I did a podcast called Dating is Better for Men Than It Is Women in Their 30s. And I did it about 2 years ago, like when I first started. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it was cringe. It was a little cringe worthy just because at the time I thought it was dope. Like I had 2 different cameras and I was recording. I wasn't doing anything live. And it's still, the reason I bring that up is because that's one of my videos. I guess the state of what's happening now, it's actually on this incline. Like for the longest, it was just like this. And then all of a sudden, my views have been going up. And this is one of my poorest, one of the more early videos, not the poorest, but one of the more earlier videos and shows that I did. But I guess my point of bringing that up is, not only is this working, right? That's the first indicator. I'm like, damn, the views actually going up. So what I believed in 2.5 years ago when I started this podcast remains true. I wanted this shit to be like a digital real estate. And that's why I try not to talk too much about like current events, because I want people to go out whenever you find this for that information to still be relevant. Now, I'm still growing as well. So maybe some views that I had then are a little bit more educated now. And that's just the nature of how this works. So don't judge me. Just follow the journey, join the journey. But my whole point is it's working because I see it grow, but I also seen the growth in me. I wouldn't dare get in front of a stream live and do it like the way I'm doing it now and be so confident and spitting and all this. I wasn't able to do that then. I was still finding myself and still finding my voice and how I want to deliver and create and curate my shit. And I'm still doing that. But my point of bringing that up is I didn't wait until that shit was perfect. I just knew that I had to put the work in. I knew that at some point it was going to make sense. At some point I was going to get to a certain level where people actually believed in me. At some point I was going to be able to give actual valid, dope, good knowledge to where it can resonate with somebody out there that's listening. I say, damn, dog got a point. And his camera look good. By the way, if you need any camera tips or anything about starting your own podcast, I will do consultations. Hit me at collab@thejahmadshow.com. You see it right here in the corner. Right here. Collab, COLLAB for some of the slow motherfuckers. collab@thejahmadshow.com. And that email will come directly to me, and we can discuss if you want to go over some information about how to set up a podcast setup, anything like that, or if you just got some topics or you want to come on the show, whatever. collab@thejahmadshow.com. I digress. But once again, man, I look back at that and I seen the progression, and that was a moment in time for me where I was like, man, it's working. It's working. What I said I was doing is actually starting to work. And that remotivated me. Well, not just that. Like I went through some BS recently. But all of those things stacked upon each other. And I love doing this. Like yesterday I was a little rushed. Today I ain't rushed. I don't know how long I'm gonna go today. This might be one of those ones, man. I just sit in front of here and ramble, whatever. I might stop, come back. I don't know. I'm just feeling it today. Anyways, point is, don't get in your own way. Don't get in your own way of success. Don't get in your own way by making excuses for yourself. We all have done it, and a lot of people still do it. You know, I see people talk about all the time about consistency, this, that, and the third, and it's true. But I know how hard it is. I don't know how hard it is. Let me not act like I've been in somebody's shoes. I feel like I could understand how hard it is because I dated a woman who has a child. So I was in their lives for the better part of 2 years. So I did see it firsthand. But I can imagine being a single mom with a child or two or whatever, and then you not waking up on your own merit. You waking up because you got to take care of children, and you can't even really do what you want to do. And yes, that's a decision that's one of those. Somebody told me this, man. Guy I used to work with when I first got into the engineering business. He said he used to tell his daughter this, and I never forgot it. He said, I told my daughter, man, if she ever makes mistakes, try to make mistakes in pencil. Don't try to do any mistakes in pen. And what he meant by that is, if you're going to make a mistake, try to make mistakes that you can correct. You know what I mean? Don't make anything that's a permanent mistake. And I'm not saying children are mistakes. Please don't misread when I say that. But what I mean is, a lot of people will make decisions not planning, understanding the severity of having children and how that's going to change the trajectory of your life. And some people use it as motivation and they figure it out. But it does add a layer of complexity to life that some people don't understand until they have children. So all I'm saying is, if you're going to make these lifelong decisions, understand what come with that by hopefully coming across this information. You know, we didn't have access to this 10, 15 years ago, for real. I'm going to say 15 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. But like 15 years ago, you know, this information wasn't as readily available as much as it is now, where there's podcasts and all these books and audiobooks and like people are yearning for knowledge. Some people are still sleeping on a rock because they're comfortable there. I can always tell when I'm dealing with somebody who intellect is a little low. It's because, like recently, I'll be honest, I told y'all yesterday in the show, I said, man, I'm not even texting back women at this point. I've had enough experience to still give you game. You know, that ain't going nowhere. But I text, you know, a little chick I was kind of entertaining a little bit. I said, listen, respectfully, I'm taking the back seat to dating. I really just need to focus and put all my energy and time into my craft. She took it personal. What did I do? I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. It's about investing all my time and my efforts and energy, efforts and energy into my goals. And I'm letting you know that so you don't feel like I, turn my back on you or ghosted you or some shit like that. And then she said, yeah, I got it. And listen, do whatever you need to do. I'm going to be right here, which was cool. That was cool. But naturally, most people feel like it's an attack or something on them. And the reason why people react that way is because they're not listening. Most people don't listen. I've said it before. Most people do not actively listen. They get into a defensive mode. It's like, what if you listen first? Listen. When somebody tell you something, you should be listening. Doesn't mean you have to believe it, but you should be listening to actually get to the truth. If you listening, you can be like, all right, they telling the truth. Or ask follow-up questions to make sure that that's the truth. Or maybe when you asking those follow-up questions, you realize that that's a lie. You feel me? Trust me, man, I got plenty of stories, but that's neither here or there. My whole point of saying that is, make sure that you put yourself in the best position, man, because only you, and I know I'm sounding like a broken record because how many people have said this, but it's so true. Only you can change your situation. Can you have help along the way? Absolutely. But only you can be the champion of your life, if you will. Right? You got to be your biggest number one fan, believer, supporter. Nobody, let me tell you this, even though, like I said, some people can see the level of success that you might potentially have, but nobody is going to believe in this dream or this goal like you, dog. Nobody but you. And then once it pops, everybody believes in it. That's how it works. But that's what I'm saying. People will see this show. If you go look at my subscriber count, I don't know if y'all remember, I don't know who's been paying attention, but at one point I had 300 and something subscribers, and I was teetering on that because I used to do whiskey content. So I lost a lot of subscribers because I started changing my content. So it was like, it would go up, then go down, then go up, then go down. It was like, I stayed around 300 subscribers for like 2 years. Seriously. And then slowly but surely, I got past that threshold. The goal is 1,000 subscribers so I can go ahead and get this thing monetized. I'm at over 600 subscribers now. I think we've broken through the mold. Now it's on the way to get there. But you got to remember, at one point, I didn't have any subscribers. That's a win. You got to count the small wins. It may not be where you want it to be, but hell, it's way more than where it was. You see what I'm saying? I had 600 subscribers yesterday, and now I got 603 last time I checked. I might have more depending on who's watching this. The point is, don't stop, bro. Every single time. Just don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the views. I mean, you got to look at your analytics and all that to make sure that you're doing what you're doing if you're a content creator. But just do the work. Become the person that you believe yourself to be. What would a podcaster do? You know what they would do? Stream every fucking day. Put content out every damn day. They would live this. This is what they do. And I knew this. I'm talking to me, and hopefully I'm talking to you as well. Hopefully you're picking something from this. But I'm a one-man band, dog. One-man band. I do the show live. I do all the clips. I manage the social media. I come up with the topics, obviously. I'm the talent, whatever. All it. I built the websites, built the clothing line. Shout out to plpapparel.net, by the way. Quick plug, plpapparel.net. This is one of the sweatsuits. I got the blue variation. Got the pants. I had to check. This might have been discontinued from the source that I get it from. Either way, we got a lot of different things on there. Go to plpapparel.net. Y'all let me know anything that you like on there. We do make it to order. So please allow 2 to 3 weeks. But with that being said, you can support the channel, and we got some really, really dope stuff. It stands for Promote Love and Positivity, man. I mean, it's just fly. It's just fly. It's all stitched. I designed the logo, the website, the whole nine. But my whole point of talking about that is I'm a busy man. From the Love Peace brand to Promote Love and Positivity to the live show. I do it all. And in order for me to be successful in this as much as I want to be, I got to be real myself. Hey, man, I ain't going to be able to go out and do this. Yeah, don't get me wrong. You can go out and have fun, but don't do things that's going to push you off of your goal. Like, there's so much to do. Like, my mind is constantly, okay, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. And it's possible, but I got to give myself time to do it. I got to take advantage of my time. And what I was doing was allowing everything else to take advantage of me. I allow the distractions to take advantage of me. That's on me. First rule of thumb, if you want to win out here, is have accountability. Understand that the decisions ultimately always boil down to what you can do. Sit back and think about your life for a minute. Sit back and think about your decisions and be realistic. When you're realistic, you act. Like I said yesterday, we instinctively know what we should and shouldn't do. For real. There's no, I don't know, but no, you know, you just don't want to. You know that, okay, yeah, I got kids, but after I put my kids, I can do this. But I ain't be able to do this. Nope, you're not. But here's the thing. Would you rather continue to struggle? Would you rather continue to be in a fucked up situation? Would you rather continue to be at the job you don't want to be? Would you rather continue to do all the shit that you don't want? Or live the life that you want to live and realize that the things that you say you want to do or that little distraction shit ain't fucking important? It's not important. You are. Your dreams are. Your life is. And ultimately, you're here for a reason. Don't let the distractions win and you lose. Cut them damn distractions out. Be the best version of your fucking self. And go out there and get it. Listen, man. With that being said, you know I love y'all. If y'all like the type of content, man, this is I do a lot of different shit, but when I'm be streaming as much as this, it's just gonna be me going off out from the heart. But I have some things that I want to touch on too, some really, really interesting topics that I'm going to touch on this week. Hell, maybe later on today. We'll see. I may come back on the stream again. Once again, it's about living this life completely, and y'all on this journey with me. And the best way for me to add validity to the message that I'm giving and the things that I say is to be an example of it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the views. Please, once again, like, comment, share, subscribe. We are really, really trying to grow this channel, but I need your help. If this message resonated with you whatsoever, or you know somebody that it can, please share it to them, like it, subscribe to the channel. I really, really, really appreciate it. The goal is 1,000 subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Get me to the 1,000. Go ahead and let me get monetized so we can really, really turn it up. Bring some dope guests on, man, and really just make some really, really dope connections. So I really, really appreciate you. Obviously, you can also follow me on Instagram as well. You can run that up as well. You know, share the clips, what have you. Tag me in some things that you might want me to talk about. And like I said, give me a follow. I'll follow back. If I don't follow back, hit me. Hey, Rakif, dog, I followed you, bro. Where's my follow? And I got you. As always, man, also, like I said, you can also pick up some PLP apparel right here. Fresh to death. We got a lot of great stuff on there, all designed by me, by your boy. So it's done with passion and love. It's not outsourcing from anything outside of the actual clothing. But I designed everything right here. And yeah, it's made with love, made with passion. Also, you can go to thejahmadshow.com, man. You can pick some merch up. We got mugs, hats, shirts, hoodies, jackets, all that. That's another way to support the show. Also, you can find all the podcasts there and just any kind of newsletters. That's also a way you can contact me. If you go to the contact tab, you can hit me at collab@thejahmadshow.com or just type in a message. It'll send it to me and we can link up that way if that's something you're interested in, whether it be coming on the show or whatever. Either way, man, thank y'all once again for tuning in to another great episode. I really, really appreciate each and every view. I don't give a damn if it's 4 views, if it's 4,000 views, if it's 400,000 views. We're going to continue to run it up. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Stay blessed. And until next time, love. Peace.